All right, so welcome to another episode of Ghetto Antiques Roadshow. And so this antique item I sniped on eBay, and it has a story behind it. So I actually left the house to actually get it. And you might be like, what's the big deal? You don't deserve a pat on the back. Well, I have agoraphobia and panic disorder, right? With a little hint of PTSD and other crap. And to leave the house is like pulling teeth for me. And I haven't been to a store in years by myself. And I went to a store. And why? Well, because I'm not allowed to buy anything on the internet anymore. My husband has sanctioned me like Russia. And he will not give me any money to buy antiques. And so I had to come up with a reason, a way to pay for this item. And so the item was one for $15 and change. And then you got the shipping and the tax, which came out to $26.10. And so I was like, oh no, I had to come up with $26.10. And my husband's not going to let me have the money for it. So I had to come up with a plan, sort of, and to come up with the money to be able to get this. So I came up with some harebrained scheme. Don't mind me. I'm nervous. I'm even nervous in the damn house. Oh my God. All right. So I was like, honey, and he's like, what? I'm like, I'm going to actually leave the house today. I am going to be brave, and I need to get toiletries at Walgreens. And I had to pick up a prescription, and he's like, are you up to something? That's odd. And I was like, no. My therapist told me I have to take baby steps in order to get better from my anxiety disorder, and to leave the house slightly, like dip the toe in the pool, as so to say. And he's like, okay, and because usually he picks up my prescriptions. And I said, here's the deal though. I need like $30 just as a reward, just to be able to buy toiletries. I just need hair dye and a few other things. So can you give me like $30? And I'll go to the pharmacy and pick up my meds and this and that. And he's like, yeah, why? Why would that be a problem? Of course you can buy some soap and shampoo and hair dye. And so my plan was that instead of buying soap and hair dye, I was going to buy a gift card for myself, a credit card gift card to actually for $30 to pay for this sucker. And I got into the drugstore and I was shaking. I was a nervous mess because I haven't drove in a car by myself really, maybe only once or twice this past year, and been to a store by myself in years. And so I was online waiting to pick up my meds and pay for this gift card. And there was all these old people ahead of me online, about 8 of them. And I never seen the pharmacy so packed. And the guy in front of me was coughing like his lungs up. And I was like standing as far back as I could from him. And he got to the pharmacist and he's like, I need antivirals. I think I have coronavirus. And I was like, fuck me. Fuck me. So this is my punishment, coronavirus. So I don't know. I'm starting to feel like a little sick. It's probably in my head. And so I came up with the money for this item by buying a gift card, tricking my husband. By the way, I brought toiletries from my own house. I asked them for a Walgreens bag, put the stuff in, including a hair dye that I had in the house, came back in and made it look like I went shopping. But what I really did was got a gift card to buy this. Now, I hate being a tricky liar. So it causes me more anxiety. So this thing better be fucking worth it. All right, let's try to get it open. And you didn't even need to hear that confession. Why did I tell it to you? I don't know, because I have nobody to talk to. So now you know the story behind paying for this item. And if it's actually shit, because the seller's pictures were garbage and he listed this in a bad category, then I'm going to actually want to use this knife on myself. All right, I'm only kidding. No suicide on my channel. And, all right, let's open it. Now, was it worth coronavirus? I don't know. The old man in front of me was really hacking up a lung. And it's been days since I was in there. And now my lungs are hurting. So, oh, my God. Okay, let's see. Oh, my God. Okay, this is even prettier than I thought. All right, let's get a close-up. Actually, I'm going to take the camera off the stand. Okay, so this is, I did another video like this showing you another one of these pins or brooches. This is known as the Neapolitan Fisher Boy, painted in the 1870s by Gustav Richter, a famous artist. And of course, there's too much light around here, so we can't really see it. Okay, we have to get rid of the glare. Let's go in there tight and try to see, was this hand painted It looks like it was hand painted on a miniature porcelain plaque. So this is actually not only a pin or a brooch or jewelry for collectors. This is actually a miniature portrait. And miniature portraits on porcelain are highly collected. So this is I call it a two-way antique. So collectors of jewelry, antique jewelry, and also miniature portrait plaques would go for something like this. Was it worth me actually leaving my comfort zone, going into a store by myself, practically catching COVID? Yes. And let's check out why. Well, look at the size of it. This thing is enormous. All right, so let's check out the back. Yes, this is Victorian. You can see by the hinge. Don't know if you can see this. Again, my camera sucks. We got like a tube hinge, and we have a C closure on the other end. There we go. We got a C closure. So this was probably made in the 1880s, 1890s. Really quite nice. Now, is this made out of gold? Now, that would be the top of the cherry. I mean, the top of the cherry. The cherry on top of the cake, if you know what I mean. So we're going to actually test this and see if this is actually maybe plated gold, brass, or actual gold. And I'm going to actually guess this could possibly be 9-carat gold. Let's try to get a tight zoom. All right, let's get the acid out and test this. If this is not gold, I will not be disappointed because this is really a beautiful, beautiful pen. Let's try to get in there close. And again, you see the Fisher boy, the Neapolitan Fisher boy, which everyone thinks is a female, by the way. When people find these brooches or miniature porcelain plaques with this image painted on it, they always say, beautiful lady or beautiful woman. And this is actually not a woman, it's a little boy. And my camera will not focus for shit. There we go. And so this is Dude Looks Like a Lady. And yeah, this is the Dude Looks Like a Lady. I almost caught coronavirus. I left the house on sneaky premise pin. All right, let's get the acid out and get going. All right, so we got our stone, we got our acid. So this is 9-carat. We also have 10-carat. I have 14-carat and 18-carat gold testing acid. And so what we're going to do is give this a little scratch. And, oops, sorry about that. Let me just lower this down a little more so you guys can see it better. By the way, look at that pin. That pin is quite nice. And so we're going to give it a little bit of a scratch on here. And I should be wearing gloves. As a matter of fact, I'll be back because the acid could... Oh, look at this. Hooker glove mishap. I could actually eat away at my skin with this acid and end up in the ER. And I don't like leaving the house. So that's not going to happen. I'll actually sit there with burn stains, eating away at my flesh rather than leave the house. All right, so if you get this stuff on your skin, it's worse than the flesh-eating bacteria virus, and it will eat your skin away. All right, so we want to get a little bit of the metal, and I don't want to actually break the porcelain on here. Sorry for the noise. And you got to, like, really scratch it well. And I'm not thinking, so far, yeah, it's not looking like gold to me, even though I didn't even do the test. See that right there? All right, let's continue to scratch. I want to get a lot of this metal on here. All right, it's not really looking like gold to me, but if it disappears when I drop the acid on it, then you really know it's not gold. So let's lower this a little more. Okay, yeah, it's looking like brass to me. All right, well, you can't win all. You can't win it all, right? All right, so I'm going to get in there with, like, try to do half a drop. And has it disappeared? And this is 9K fluid. So far, it doesn't look like it's disappearing. Interesting. Let's hold this up to the light better. And our scratch test is revealing this might possibly be 9K gold. Let's go ahead and do another spot. And we'll hit it with 10K. 10K fluid. All right, so we got another scratch area right here. And let's drop our acid on there. And I'm no jeweler, so I could be doing this incorrectly. All right, I'm going to hit it now with the acid. And if this disappears, then we know that this is not 10K gold. And we'll leave it there for a second and see if there's any reaction. Let's see what's going on over here. And it's still, you can see the scratch is still under there. Don't know if you can see that, but the lighting is shit over here. Can we see that? Probably not. Let me hold this up. Come on, this camera really sucks. You can see the metal is still under there. Let's check out our 10K. And can you even see that? Hold on. I still see the scratch under there. The scratch of metal. And I still sort of see it with the 9K. Let's go ahead. Do you see that? Look at all that gold. Okay, so far this is possibly telling me that this is 10K because it didn't disappear over here. Try to get in there. Oh my God, this camera is awful. Hold on. The scratch is still there. Don't know if you can even see that, but it's still there. See it under here? Under the acid? And it's a good thing I'm wearing gloves, and it's still here too. You can see it with the 9K. So I'm going to guess that this is between 9 and 10K gold. Holy cow. All right, so was this worth it? Was it worth me possibly getting in trouble over catching coronavirus and leaving the house? The answer is yes. What is the value of this, even if it's brass and not real gold? Well, let's check it out. So here's an example of a 9-karat gold Gustav Richter inspired miniature porcelain plaque. This is a pendant. 9K gold, $250, but on sale for $200. Very interesting. Mine is about 2 inches by 2 inches. How big is this one? Does not say here. So the larger, the more valuable. So here's another one that's actually brass, and you can see the mounting on the brooch is brass, being sold for $142.49. And this picture is actually not that great. It's not as good as mine. I think mine is way better. Yeah, this one is small. This one looks very small. Okay. And yet here's another Gustav Richter, a brooch or a pin, whatever you want to call it, that's all scratched up. You can see the scratches all through the hair. It's in really, really terrible condition, being sold for $124.87 down and on sale for $178.38, around the same size. And let's continue to look. And here's another one, $98, and this one has some damage on the image. You always want to find one that does not have damage or scratches in the porcelain on the image. This one is being sold as 9K gold. And let's check out the size, probably around a little smaller than mine. All right, not bad at all. Now, if mine was 14K, here's one for $325, painted really, really beautifully. If you look, this one marked 14K. This one is not Victorian. Well, possibly, no, it is Victorian because the pin extends past the brooch, which is actually a good telltale. It comes with the pendant piece as well. Mine doesn't, but you can actually convert these into pendants as well with for under like $10. Let's check out another one. And here we go. Okay, so $210 with this one being brass and this one just being a regular pendant / brooch. Interesting. And here's a gold-filled one, and you can see the image has scratches on it, being sold for $152, down from $190. And here we have one here that is really scratched up. You can see it's really damaged. This one says painted ceramic brooch, $375. So all in all, this antique brooch actually has done more for me than therapy in the past couple of years to get me to leave. Oh, look at this, hooker glove snafu. Yeah, this thing has done more for me than therapy has done in the past several years to get me to leave the house. And you can see the size of this. This is beautiful. So there, 9 out of 10 therapists would actually advise you to buy shit on eBay and run out of the house to get a gift card behind your husband's back to actually pay for the item if you have agoraphobia and anxiety. So once again, thanks for watching another one of my videos. You probably will not be seeing many more of these videos because I am being sanctioned, and I don't think I'm going to actually leave the house again anytime near soon to pay for an item by buying a gift card and telling my husband that I'm buying toiletries to get the cash to buy it. So there we go. Thanks for watching. See you guys all soon, and so long.